Well, Fotis, welcome to our
Nice to be here.
camera world.
To the digital world.
So, a question to kick us off. The question is, when you first met us and joined our program, so you're in Unlimited Pro, which is helping people create education businesses, coaching businesses like ours, right? And then you came to Bali, which is where we are right now for the mastermind. What did you think it was going to be, if you thought it was going to be anything, versus what you actually got and what you experienced? Has it been any different?
Yeah. I have to say, because I've been in the personal development world for a long time, and in the coaching world, I'm a coach as well, a psychologist, like all the background. I thought it would be more like tool-based, if I'm truly honest. Like it would be like a lot of like systems you guys tried and they're great, and just roll with that. And there's been that, don't get me wrong, and it's been great, and I'm really enjoying this. But what positively surprised me in a really nice way, and I think Bali just emphasized that times 100, is that much more like identity shifting level, that kind of more personal touch that you guys bring on the calls, and of course, like I said, here in Bali, that kind of deeper work, which it surprised me how much it kind of resurfaces at times in the business, and you guys really hold that space, with what we did about who you are, how you want to serve people, the personal brand, all of that kind of examples that really boost that kind of confidence in me, and kind of believe in myself more. And the systems was just like the side effect, if that makes sense. Is spending the proximity, basically, if I say it in one word. The proximity I have with you.
Awesome.
Is what I enjoy.
So it was a bit different than what you thought?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Surprisingly better, or?
Yeah, much better. Yeah. And it wasn't that I wasn't expecting that, but that is what really, I found it very useful, and it's just kind of really, I'm like, yeah, that is much more useful and practical, and the tools that just, for example, you guys saw my mind maps and all of that, and you've been working in my mind for a very long time. And then after the mastermind, I sat down and literally in one coffee, Greek coffee, meaning long coffee, not like Italian coffee, like 1 hour, my whole system was there, like, pop, 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 pop. Because my mindset was in the right place. Then the tools are just like, it was just like rolling out of your mouth. So that was just like, wow, something is different here than just systems. And it's the inner work, the mindset stuff, the proximity, the spending time together, that really inspired me.
Yeah, incredible. So your background, Tony and Guy, hairdressing background before that. You want to give us a little synopsis of that, just to give context to whoever might be listening?
Sure. I'm Greek, so I started my career in hairdressing in Greece. As an assistant, saw Tony and Guy in Greece. My mind was blown. I was like, I need to go and be an international art director, like it was something like that. So I left with that dream. Went to London, obviously, went to Tony and Guy, and they wouldn't even see my CV, so I couldn't even speak English, by the way. So I had to take a step back, work for Sunrise, which is like a very Sassoon trained kind of company.
Yeah.
Rose up to be an educator for them, and then the opportunity came, and then boom, went to Tony and Guy, joined their salon, and then built my way up in the salon. But my dream was still to become an art director. So again, very long trip, but I started as shadowing, then an educator, then an art director, and then I reached the international art director. And then at the end, before I left, I was head of education for all of the salons in the UK. So I was responsible for 240 salons in terms of their education. So that was the pinnacle of my career. And at that point, I was like, there's more to this than just hair education, because my question was always like, what moves people from A to B? And it's not technical. So then I went to start with personal development. Simon Sinek was my first video, start with why. And I was like, whoa, there's another You open the door and you're like, yeah, isn't it? This is how we kind of
That was
met.
the first book.
Yeah.
First book I read when we started the business. Yeah.
I saw the video, like with my mentor.
Same, and then I read the book.
It was a TED Talk, wasn't it? He did.
A
He
TED
did
Talk,
that.
a very famous one.
And like our 3-day course and like our philosophy for Area Academy was basically like based around that.
Yeah? Oh, amazing.
Because it was a lot about like in higher education, right?
Yes.
It's a lot about the what and the how, but very little about the why.
Yes, big time.
And there's a deeper why than the technical why, like you touched on.
Absolutely.
The inner work and the technical work.
Yeah, absolutely. And then when I was teaching a lot of hair stuff, I would say to my students, look, I'm going to ask you 5 whys, to get to the bottom of what we are actually doing, right? So it's like, I'm cutting a square line. Why? Because I want to build weight. Why? Because, so in the 5th why, we're going to find out why you're doing this. and that's not my technique, by the way. That was Socrates doing that back when philosophy was born. He would ask these 5 whys. That was his technique, and he would do this to get people to understand philosophy. Like he would go to slaves and he would go to to really rich people and ask them more or less why. And I really got inspired by that. Thank you, Simon Sinek, for that. So that started the personal development journey. Then I was like, I need to double down on this. So then I got qualified as an NLP coach, and I was like, I want more. Then did some CBT, ACT, and then I did a psychology degree back in London. And then I got qualified as a psychologist. Did a postgrad in that as well, in behavioral psychology. And then I was like, I want to, this is my calling. I want to help people find their own light. That became my mission, which was always the mission, but just I can now articulate it. So now I combine these 2 worlds, the hair world and the kind of business / psychology coaching world, and I support salon owners to break out of that and really find their light in their life, the business, and in their team.
Incredible. A lot of crossovers, isn't there?
Yeah, that's amazing.
I know when you guys met first, it was through the Fame team, wasn't it? Like Lee was on the Fame team, and you met in London.
Yes.
That was how many years ago?
4 years ago. Maybe?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe 4 years.
Yeah.
It's mad how like things kind of go full circle, right? And I know you spent a lot of time here in Bali.
Yes.
Well. Was that a big part of your personal development journey then?
Big time, yeah, big time. I think more or less just after I met you, Lee, because I was working for Butchers, a great place. It was my last, that's the last time I cut hair for a salon then.
Yep.
And then I left, and because I finished my degree, I gave my dissertation, and I was like, I'm out, and I came to Bali for 6 months, like to Indonesia, basically. I traveled quite a bit. And it was actually the first time I paused in my life, and I'm like, I need to pause now and just really reflect what the fuck just happened. Because there was a lot of things that just happened, but I knew I need to head somewhere else, like with my CV, with my career, but also with the much more personal why.
That's cool. We had a cool chat on day 2 in the morning at the gym. You remember about like character traits? And that's where that video came up for James Galligan, and then I showed it to Fotis, and a couple of the other guys were there as well. And then I was like, we gotta just start day 2 with this video, because it's just it's so true, right? But what I hear from your story is there's a lot of your story that's connected to those character traits, right? Like you have a dream or a vision, and then you have to find where you need to go to make that a reality. Like I don't speak English, I'm going to London, and I'm going to climb this ladder, and I'm going to achieve these things. And it takes a certain type of person, right, like a character, to do that. Where does that come from for you?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't know. I mean, like the inner work is definitely, to begin with, was this place of wanting to be validated, wanting to be enough, wanting to be the, kind of people will like, I want the respect from others. It was like a place of scarcity and lack. But that was a fucking drive, man. I'm telling you, like I was a beast. But it was coming from a sad place, really. And I realized that because when I actually hit the last position possible in Tonengai, the top of the top, it was one of the saddest days of my life. I was like, is this what I've been working for the last 7 years? Gave my everything, relationship, life, like there must be something missing. Something is still missing. But it was me missing from all of this. If that makes sense. I was always like, I need more. And this is coming to Bali, kind of reinventing myself a little bit. I realized that, well, I'm already whole. I don't need anything. Then I kind of started in a way again, but now from a very different place, where I'm now. And when I kind of met you in my life, which is a place I feel really, really good about myself, and not in a cocky way, but kind of like, this is who I am. Do you want to work with me? Good. You don't want to work with me? Good. Finding my voice this weekend really helped me with that, the breath work and all of that. And now it's just time to just enjoy that. But if it doesn't work, well, it's fine. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't need that external gratification.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Yeah, it's such a cool story. Where to go from here is the question. There's a lot of places we could go. Right? There's a lot of places we could go. But the character traits are something that comes to my mind again, and like one of them I feel like is humility. Like I feel like for you to even to come to our event, right? Like as somebody who's climbed the whole ladder in Tony and Guy and sit in the room with barbers, some of them have just started working for themselves for the first time. They haven't even started their business. And like over the 3 days, you would have never known that like you have done all of these things in your career. You're not like outwardly saying, I managed the education for 200 salons in the UK. I was the head of Tony and Guy Education. Like none of that came out,
Yeah.
And I think, one of the character traits that I think people need to have in order to really succeed and get the most out of life and business is humility. And that humility to maybe work with somebody closely or under somebody closely. And that's what we were talking about in the gym just down the street.
It's amazing.
And that's what kind of led you, I guess, to working with us, right? Because I won't put words in your mouth, but the feeling I get was you saw us running our coaching business, that we've worked with some of the best coaches in the world. And that's something we don't really speak about too often either. Again, like maybe we're too humble sometimes.
Yeah.
You too. Maybe we're too humble.
I get that.
We don't speak about the stuff enough. But like, we haven't just made it up. Like all the stuff that we are teaching and learning and sharing, we haven't made it up. We've gone to the best sources that we can find, and we've humbled ourselves enough in aspects of like business and life. Even we can learn from everybody, even our clients, like all of them. Just because they're our client doesn't mean we don't learn anything.
Yeah.
Arguably, we actually learn the most. And a quote that I love to kind of live by is like the teacher is usually the best student in the room. That's why they're the teacher. So what was it, to go back to the start of the conversation, what was it like that got you thinking, okay, I need to join these guys' program?
Yeah, great question. It was a combination of things. I think, spending some time with you, Lee, like, I was doing this presentation like for, we were 4 of you, 5 of you with Jack. But the connection we had, like I was talking to you with one word and you would get like 15,000 words behind that. And I could tell from someone's eyes or from someone's comments on it. So, and I could see the commonality in our values. And I really loved that. So that was kind of that initial rapport that we had. And then, getting to know you a little bit online and how we spoke a little bit. Definitely, now that you mention it, the humbleness was really nice, like refreshing in a coaching world that is very cocky and arrogant. And I can't stand that. I don't care who you are and how good you are. If you just have to throw it in my face constantly, that gives me mixed signals. So I love that one the kind of approachability, like I could really approach you and kind of talk to you really easily, to both of you, which was amazing. And for me, that's very important, to feel safe. The second thing is, like, in your model, life was part of the model. It wasn't just business, because I've been around the coaching world for some time with other coaches, and it's, business is great, but I've done business like in my career, like in that. Great, like not for me. I've done it, and I want to actually step away from that. I want to have my life, and in the center of, around my life, to have my business that can amplify my life. And like I think you always say, like you have a life business quote, right?
Yeah, like your life is your business, and your business is your life. And,
fucking
like,
epic.
Along with that, it's like build a business that serves your life, not a life that serves your business.
Yes.
That all of that.
Yeah. So I really love that.
That important stuff.
That stuff.
That we speak about.
Yeah, no, but I think that was great, and I was like, I like that. I want to have more of that in my life. I saw this authenticity coming through just from meeting you a little bit, but also, I think at some point you can tell who is like just living that or just preaching that. Mm-hmm. And then I think to the more technical stuff and less emotional stuff, because that's all emotional, but the technical stuff was, you guys are kind of specialized also in the hair world. Well, a lot of coaches out there, they coach for everything. So you are like a few steps ahead from me, and but it's kind of like I felt much closer to you guys than someone that's just doing like other stuff. Like we had this kind of commonality, but also approachability, but in a good way, not like in an intimidating way. And the last thing, again, logical, you work with some of the coaches I want to work, like Taki Moore and Dan Martel? No.
Dan Bolton.
Dan Bolton, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So that the guys, like, that's my next kind of people I want to work with. So I was like, well, there has to be a common thread there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's cool. That's the humility piece shining through, Because like we look at the hair world and we think that like there's a lot of people in the hair world that we could help, even with their education, if they want to transition and do coaching eventually. Well, of course we can point them in the right direction, but not a lot of people ask the question, or can like humble themselves enough to be like, maybe I could learn something from this person or that person. But yeah, so what do you find has been like some of the highest impact things? Like, what do you feel like your business would be like now if you didn't do it? Like, because you've been working with us for what, like
maybe a month?
2 months, maybe? Start of December? Was it November?
No, I think it was like the 10th of December, something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a month.
Wow.
Maybe a little bit more than a month. What is
It
it?
feels
like
longer.
It feels longer.
Yeah, it feels much longer. To me as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
To me as well.
Oh.
I mean, those last 3 days feel like 3 months.
Yeah, wow.
Only those 3 days here.
I know. Yeah. So yeah, if we were to zoom back to like how you were thinking about the business then and how you're thinking about it now,
Yeah.
has much changed?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna come out and straight out loud, right? We did that initial onboarding session. If he said to me, I would charge for the whole program, that session, I would pay for it. If I knew in advance that, which you can't know in advance, but looking back, that one session with it, I had more clarity that I would say, look, take all the money for this one session. I don't want to see you again. Like, it's fine. I'm happy. I got the value I want. And if I kind of go a little bit more granular with it, what was it? And I think that's one of the main benefits I get from working with you guys. It was kind of simplifying it. Like, I think we talked about that quite a lot. Like, simplifying it and action-based. Simple action, simple action, simple action, little by little. And I tend to be quite chaotic. You guys know me, like with my thinking and that stuff. So it was just like, if I have to show it with my body language, I would do that. That's it. Like I can do it with one move. That's last month.
Yeah.
And from that, now I just apply, tweak, but we're there. Before a month ago, I was just like there, like lost in space. Having done a lot of work though, but it was, yeah, it was all over the place. I think showing you my Notion template, it was a vote of confidence, guys. If you don't freak out with that, you will help me. Yeah. And you didn't freak out, you just laughed in a good way.
All the ingredients were there, weren't they? Like,
yeah. I feel like we got the simplicity thing from the hair world. When we were teaching hair, we saw it in the hair world as well. People just overcomplicate it, and probably for their own benefit too. And I think like, I don't know what the quote is, but the sign of a genius is someone who can take complex ideas and really distill them down to simple ideas. And for someone like yourself, you have such a breadth of knowledge and such a capability to think big that I think becoming an amazing coach is really just distilling things down, and having those ideas ready for the market, and that way you're going to have the biggest impact possible, which is incredible.
Yeah, I love that.
A word that comes to mind for me, particularly based on the last 3 days, is like digestible. Like,
Love that.
you can't eat all of the information at once.
Yeah.
Like, you just like, which information should you give people first, and then you're just like making it like digestible. You know,
Yeah.
like little meals at a time.
Yeah,
You know,
I
and then
love
let
that.
the body adapt, and then go
And
again.
boom,
It's
straight.
like there's a lot of crossovers in life.
Yeah, I love that.
And that's kind of where I've seen your program go a little bit. We had that bit of a light bulb moment on the roof on day 2, I think it was, at the
Yeah.
mastermind. That more prescriptive.
Yes.
You've got the cabinet full of ingredients, but I'm just going to give you the ones that you need.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like a chef. They'll go to the pantry and there's all the ingredients, but you don't use all the ingredients
Yes.
to cook the meal. You just use the ones that you need.
Yeah.
Depending on who's in front of you, what's in front of you, what's the dish. You know,
Big time.
I kind of see that's how your program has been evolving.
Yeah.
Does that feel that way?
Yeah, 100%. And I think we said it, and that doesn't end. Like that can expand. Like this business model, you know, of course, improved and kind of dialed in and changed. It can go anywhere. Like, not just in the hair business. Like my dream is to take this in small businesses. Like at some point, I don't want to work with hairdressers like for all my life. Like, you know, when I get enough evidence, like, I can open it up. And then, yes, now I'm based in Greece, but I can speak English nowadays, so I can expand. Like, it wasn't like then. So I can use that internationally. So, you know, whatever. And the ingredients are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. I think you touched on a really good point there about really simplifying things down. You've put a lot of LTV into your business now, and LTV into the client journey. Because I think if you throw all 48 modules at them on a Notion doc, they're going to be like, whoa, not only are they going to be overwhelmed, because they're going to be like, Fotis, I need your help, I don't have that much time. You know, but what you've done is from a business, let's speak from a business aspect, you've implanted LTV maybe from something they would have had thrown at them in 90 days to years potentially. And I think we keep seeing that the more sessions we do with your model, I think it stretches out and out and out, which is really exciting.
Yeah.
For your future as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the mountain, you know, like when we were climbing the mountain last week. It's like if somebody starts the journey, and imagine you can see the entire path the whole way, and it wasn't dark like it was for us.
Yeah.
People would be turned off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they would look at it and saying, nah, that's too much.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even want to do that. Like, if you could see every rock, every steep bit, every hard part, it's like, let's just focus on the rocks that we can see. For like, that's the next 30 days.
Yeah.
And then we do like 6-week plans, and then we do like quarterly check-ins, and we can only really work on that basis based on even what's happening in the world, right?
I love that.
So yeah, that's a super cool point. And I think it comes, like Lee was saying, from the education. I'm just looking at Lee's hat, and it's like, if you look at the 101, right, like that's what it's about. It's like the 101 of, let's just focus on the basics and do them really well.
Yeah.
And like, take everything that's complex, and people think something has to be complex for it to be expensive. You know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the connection. It's like, I have to give people more in order to charge more.
Yeah.
But for somebody with like your experience, with your opportunities that are available, with the skill set that you've now built over the years, like that first session that we did, for example, that can be worth a lot of money to you, right? And you can take it and you can run with it. Whereas somebody else might be looking at it and thinking, well, I don't have anything like that. So it's not as valuable to them at this moment.
Maybe, yeah, you're right.
You know, because we can talk to 2 different people, and one will go and make millions of dollars with the information that we give them, and the other one won't do anything.
Yes.
They'll have zero with it. But it just depends on how are they developing their skills. What skills do they currently have? What ones do they need to get to where they want to go?
Yeah.
So based on our journey for the last month, or I feel like it's been a couple of months we've been chatting.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah.
Working like together for that month. Thinking back to all the way back then. Did you have any like reservations, like mindset wise around it before coming in? Because I think about the person who might be watching this and thinking, oh, I don't know, I can't justify maybe the money, or, you know, I don't know if I have the time. Like, what would you say to somebody like that?
I would say you don't have the time not to do it.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to piss about and just figure it out, you say, do it. I've done it. It didn't serve me.
Yeah.
Working with you, like I said, even what you just said in the last couple of sentences, having someone next to you to say, look, this is what we're going to do for the next 30 days, and then 60 days we're going to do that, and then this, and then boom, you're saving so much time. You're saving so much money. You're saving so much struggle. That's what I say.
Yeah. And then everything's net profit on top of that, right?
Yeah.
Like a trip like we just had, the experience that we just had, the connection with everybody.
Can you put a price tag on that?
I don't know if you can, to be honest.
I don't think you can.
I think we're too cheap, man. I think we took the price on it.
I would agree.
It's just, but I think, I know.
But it's okay.
Yeah, it will come over time. But I think the people who jump in now are going to be getting the most value for sure.
Yeah.
Because like you said, right, like we're not planning on doing it in the format that we're doing it forever. Like we continue to grow.
Of course.
And like we're going to keep going in our direction. We're going to keep climbing that mountain.
Yeah, I love that.
We look for new mountains. You
know?
We get to the top of one and say, oh, that one looks nice over there. Why don't we try that?
Yeah. And if you want to talk money as well, right? Like we've been working together since, 1 month. And January was my record month. Like I made the investment like back in January because I went, like my mindset was already different from that first session. So I did like 3 like triage calls. I got all 3. And then one of them, first time in my career, they paid me for 6 months. So I want to pay you the whole program. How much is it? And he was like coming after me, like, when can I pay? I was like, mate, just it's Sunday. Like, would you pay me tomorrow? No. And just a small parenthesis, right? In Greece, you know what is the other way around. You have to, go after them to pay you. And this guy was just like, just send it. I was like, I'll send it to you tomorrow. Just don't worry about it. Because I don't know, like it was the confidence, the energy that we share together, showing me what's possible. Like I went in those meetings and I was like, that's it. You want it? You don't want it? Cool. Well, before I would go, but I will add this and I have this and I have boom, boom, boom. Thank you very much. And in that session, we talked about it earlier, I didn't say a word. I just asked questions, hold the space, asked them some more questions, was curious. Boom, boom, boom. And at the end, it was amazing. Wow. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I didn't say a word. And actually, one of the managers there says like, I'm sure you have so much to say, but you didn't say anything. How did you do that? I was like, no, that's my job. Like I collected all the info. So when I sent that email was strategic.
Spot.
I had all the pain.
Yeah.
Bam. Because it was at one page that I solved all the problems of your business. And the guy was like, how do I pay you?
Yeah.
It's clarity, simplicity.
It's knowing your shit too behind it.
Yeah,
because
sure.
I think about it, if you connect it to the hair world, it's very easy to be like that with your clients in the consultation.
Yes.
When they're giving you their problems or whatever it is they have, problems they think they have, it's very easy for us to say nothing, and that holds the highest frame, right? Because it's like, well, okay, cool, like, no problem, we'll sort this out. But I feel like when I was earlier in my hair career, I would over-explain myself to the client. So we're going to do this, and we're going to bring the fade from here to here, and then we're going to taper the back here, and then I'm going to take this much off here and that much off here.
Yeah.
It's like, they don't need all of that.
Yeah.
It's like, result. I'll get you the result.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that's my job.
Can I swear?
Yeah, of
Is it okay if I
course.
swear? Like in dating, this is called big dick energy.
Yeah.
You just said we had big dick energy. It's like, that's it, mate.
And in order for that to last.
Sorry,
Right?
I just had to say.
what it is.
Like that's how that's that's what it's called.
But you have to have something to stand on if you do that.
Yeah.
You have to like be able to stand behind it,
Deliver.
and deliver the results. And I think for us, for years, we've probably refrained from sharing our client results as much as like what the last few days has taught me, like talking to all of you guys, like talking to you now, talking to all of the other clients that we've had. It's taught me, holy shit, like we have what's the best word? A plethora of
Nice
results, like a lot of results for people. And I just think maybe we need to be louder about it. And like the way we refrain from it is maybe it's like a limiting belief of mine in a way, where it's like, well, I'm just not even fucking seeing it because I'm just like so in it. Like we're just doing it. We've been like doing it for like years.
Yeah.
And maybe the question that you asked the guys and we kind of shared with them is like, what are we normalizing in our lives?
Yes,
I think
that's not normal.
Sometimes the results they're so big and so often, it's like we're kind of normalizing.
Yeah.
When you look around, that was the big takeaway for me. It's like, wow, the work we do is actually really important. It's really important.
Mate, yes.
The stuff that you guys were saying about us is the stuff that I say about, the Peter Crones of the world and the people like the Karen Murrays. Like they've changed my lives in ways that they'll never even know about.
Yes.
In immeasurable ways. And I think, wow, that's so important to me. And to hear that from other people, say, okay, we're onto a good thing here. Sometimes we might get disheartened and think, more people should listen and we can help more people. But yeah, I think it's shown us that it's important work to do. And we need to keep doing it.
It is. I mean, if you like, I was, tuned into the other people in the weekend, and the thing that they were saying about you guys was just like, you've done so much for this community, and you've done so much for me in just one month. What's gonna happen in 1 year, man? I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I fucking know. Imagine Greece as well.
Yeah.
Back in my homeland. Like that mastermind. I don't know about, I'm going to come with backflips there. I'm going to go
more salsa.
More salsa. Yes, we're going to salsa.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen.
My mind has gone to all sorts of places for the Greece mastermind. I'm just like, I know already how significant it's going to be based on Socrates, Plato. Like, I don't want to say too much, but you have to be there. If anyone's watching this and they're thinking about coming to the next event,
yeah, you got to be there.
You're losing out by not coming to these like events, especially if you can make it work.
If we go to Athens, we walk to a place that Socrates used to preach, where it's called the Agora.
Can we preach from there?
And he used to.
One of our sessions will be there.
Like just being in that place, I don't know, maybe because I'm Greek, maybe because I love philosophy. Every time I go there, and I go there very often, once a month or something, I still get lost. Like, wow, what happened here? What transpired here? The words that happen here. Same like with Bali, has this energy. Is another energy there, very old energy, very wise energy. It's just everywhere. And when you tap and tune into that, and you start asking a little bit some deeper questions, which in business they might sound a bit like woohoo, but actually those existential questions about meaning. We talked about why. What is why? What is meaning? When you apply meaning into your business, the how, it just happens. If you have a strong enough, I think what Simon says, if you have a strong enough why, the how is just easy.
Yep. The how always changes.
And the how changes.
And the what always changes. But the why very rarely changes.
Very rarely. It just transforms.
Yeah.
Shapes.
100%.
Forms.
So I know you have a flight to catch, so we'll ask you one last question.
I could talk about with you guys like literally till I get to Greece, like 15-hour flight. Like I'll be like, let's do it.
In Greece. We'll do a podcast when we're in Greece, a proper.
Yes, we'll find the space.
Long form.
We'll go for a long one. We'll go for a long.
Yes, I would love that if I can.
Sit down with a Fredo and.
Yes.
Yeah.
No sugar and bullshit. Yeah, just straight.
Just
proper Greek. You have to feel like that little like whoa, well, that's a strong coffee. You remember this moment when you have your festival, Fredo, you're gonna be like, what the fuck was that?
Great.
I'm telling you, man.
I look forward to
I'm telling you, it's gonna be whoa.
We're already booking the flights.
No sugar, no milk.
Straight
just
after
straight.
Yeah.
So last question.
Yes, go on.
If anyone was watching this now and they were thinking about joining UBM or joining Pro or coming to one of the masterminds, what would you say to that person?
What I would say to that person, I would say just do your research. I always say that to my, just look around what's going on and look at the people that are offering something similar, which they're not that many in our industry, because we're in a similar industry, right? But I would challenge you to go beyond the surface and beyond the tools and the fancy words. Just see who is doing that workshop, who is that coach, that person behind it. And when you find the right person, the rest just unfolds. And I think I found the right person in you guys. So the rest just unfolds. And in a beautiful, effortless, fun, experiential way. And you can't get that with anyone. You're gonna have to match those values, match those, missions into something common, which we all have it, but you're gonna have to search for it. That's what I would say to them.
Awesome. Thank you. Any last words?
Terry Macasee.
Yeah.
Simplicity is power.
Yes.
That's what I say.
Awesome.